some other shit. Yes, OSOS. Yes, I'm on some other shit. Yes, I'm on some other shit. I'm on some other shit. I'm on some other shit. I'm on some other shit.
What up, what up, what up? Hey, this on some other shit. It's your boy Joe Prophet, my girl Monet Banks. Hey, we're giving you opinions back with facts. Straight like that. Hey, let's get to it. Let's go.
All right.
And if you was enjoying them sounds, man, that was the mighty Silk Young Let Go. You know what I'm saying? If you was vibing with us one time.
You know, we decided that was a good way to set the tone for the show.
You feel me?
We're going to be coming to you live talking about things as serious as mental health, kinds of things that are happening in sports, and how to essentially have a creative montage. So before I actually get into it, I just want to let y'all know that this week on the show, Mr. Joe Prophet, I didn't know if you wanted to go ahead and do the honors of introducing our illustrious guest.
Oh, yeah, let me bring him to the stage, man. Who we got coming to the stage right now? We have the mental health advocate, the tech professional, the fitness enthusiast, the creator and the founder of Montage, my guy, Sam Konditi. Hey, what's going down, man?
What's going on, baby? How y'all doing? Family. That's what I call you guys.
What's going on?
You all definitely showed us love when you guys came to Los Angeles a couple of weeks ago, myself and my fiance, Sabrina. So we love you guys. So what's up? What's popping? What's going on? Let's talk about it.
Hey, what is popping? How are you doing? How are you doing today, Sam?
It's a beautiful day in Los Angeles. I'm looking out a beautiful window. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Cali living,
so,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got to get it, right?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, more specifically. But for folks who don't know where Arlington is, it's definitely a huge space in Texas. Yeah. I was getting on JoJo about that hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
come to Dallas and Houston, we can't watch out.
My H-Time, you know, H-Time people, they love me. You know, I'm hardly home, but always repping. But now, continue, man. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Sam. You know.
For those of you who are just joining us on the show, and for all of you who are listening in, Sam is not only is he the creator of this amazing app. It's called the Montage App. So it's a lifestyle app that has elements of mental health and wellness. So it kind of combines, you know, with your working out and how you can connect that with your mind and body. So we really wanted to just take this opportunity to connect you with our fans, for everybody that's listening in. So just please tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you were kind of tapping in, telling us that you're from Dallas, you're from Agtown, but just kind of give us the backstory and the inspiration behind why you decided to create Montage.
Yeah. Oh, great question. And thank you, Ms. Banks. The idea behind Montage came about when I was living in Washington, D.C. I lived in Washington, D.C. for the last 6.5 years. I moved to L.A. in September of 2019. But in 2018, I always look towards any type of knowledge, any type of gains that I can get from other people, you know. So I look at a lot of TED Talks. So I saw a TED Talk by a woman named, I forget her name right now, to be honest, but she helped me. She's a neurologist who helped me realize the combination between brain and body. And what's interesting about it is that I think we all have had interesting perspectives in terms of our mental. But especially as Black people, we never dove into that. Whenever you're depressed, you typically go to, church, or you pray about it. But there's a real thing going on in our minds. So one thing that her name is Wendy Suzuki, it just popped back in my head. Wendy Suzuki actually had a combination when it came to her working on neurology all the time and her working out. So she combined the two and came up with this prophecy. So I began to learn about this, and it just really intrigued me. So I began to study the book that you see right here, the diagnostic.
The books in the background, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know, we gotta have it ready. So I want all Black people to buy this book. What it is the DSM-5. DSM stands for the Diagnostic Statistical Manual of Mental Health. And it's the 5th version. That's why the 5 is there. So every 20 years or so, about, the best mental health experts in the world come together and they create this book or recreate this book based on what's going on with us as normal human beings. So this is the 5th version. There's a 6th version that I'm sure is going to come out. What's interesting about the book is it teaches you so much about how the brain works, how people work, and how, more importantly, you're diagnosed. I'm not saying that you have to become a mental health expert when it comes to understanding yourself, but you at least should know the basics. And that's one thing that I feel as Black people, we don't do. So I began to create Montage. At first, I actually started it out as Matrice because I was trying to be clever and articulate in a certain way. And Matrice is the Latin word for mental. And then a friend of mine told me that's whack. So,
sometimes that's
that is whack.
Hey, bro, scale that down, bro. Ain't nobody knowing about no Matisse, bro. Like, chill. It sounds like, you know, some cool French shit. But, like, you trying to touch the people, bro.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man.
So Matrice was the first word. And then he said, you're moving to LA in the next couple of years, right? I said, yeah. He said, you need something that can be flash, something that can work, you know? And so I came up with Montage because dealing with the movie industry, any type of trailer that you have, it's a montage of the essential movie. So I thought about people montaging their lives and people actually having conversations with themselves about their where they are in their lives at that time. So your montage is set to change over time because the movie trailer of your life will change. Right. So that's why montage is the word. But more importantly, it's the combination between your mental and your physical. And we look towards articulating and mirroring you back to yourself. So if you're not okay, we're going to help you with suggestions. If you are okay, we're going to keep you on your path. And Montage is essentially stemming from that book that's back there, as well as what we're going through as a society overall. And there's no shame with us. We want to be the app that helps you talk to us about your day.
So I know that some people may be wondering why Montage. So we actually have a video that we've prepared, and it's going to be, I believe it's called a Montage Minutes, just small segments that you post, you know, to keep people motivated and to stay connected with your customer base. So I just want to play this video for you guys really quickly so you can kind of have a better grasp and understanding of actually what some of the things that Montage does.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Mental health awareness is on the rise, and Montage is at the forefront. As a brand, we take pride in helping our members with the education, application, and monitoring of the union between brain and body. Our app helps you better understand yourself from head to toe, so you can set and crush your mental and physical goals. In a practical sense, Montage is a lifestyle app with a mental health lean. It is medically proven that physical fitness directly affects 2 portions of the brain: your frontal cortex, which is your personality and your decision making, as well as your hippocampus, which is your long-term and short-term memory. Montage will help users track their mental and physical progress by way of profile entries within the platform in order to provide suggestions to help you, while more importantly providing a community of professionals and regular people you can communicate with that add to your common mission. Our goal is to be a large part of the destigmatization of mental health. Build your story over time, adding your swagger so you can ultimately show the world your montage. Like and subscribe and help us understand how you manage the combination between your brain and your body on a daily basis.
First
Thank you
of
for that.
all, Sam, that
I
was
really
actually
appreciate that.
amazing.
I'm like, who the hell is your voice coach, bro? What the hell? Make your life. Come
Watch
on.
out.
Wow. Hey, that's
And
that,
that-
LA. That's that practicing right
I'm
there.
wild about that,
Wow.
bro. Damn.
Wow, you make me I'm like, look, hold on, who's this guy?
You need to do voiceovers, bro. And then we need to go to the same voice coach,
yeah.
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Together, bro. Like, we're gonna do them together, bro. Like,
Yes, I love it. Excellence at its finest.
yeah, I was digging
Yeah,
that.
you know,
Yeah.
that's very powerful.
Real talk.
Because he's actually touching on so many things that are relevant, the topics that, you know, people are constantly dealing with. You know, I was looking at some things online and it was talking about, you know, about 20% of American adults actually do experience some sort of mental illness, or they have show symptoms of some sort of mental illness.
And you know, it's crazy when we say mental illness because it could be so many different things. And I think that word, or not even the word, that tag, you know, mental illness is so vague, you know what I mean? Because it can mean so many different things, you know. So it's like, you know, to you, Sam, like when people speak of mental illness and they talk about mental illness, but they don't really have the precise or direct part of what they need to be understanding about the mental illness that they might have or somebody else might have that they know, you know, kind of speak to that, like, you know, what does that do to you, or how does that, you know, what does that make you feel? Does that make you want to educate them more, or, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a great question, and it's complex because I'm a mental health advocate. I am not an expert,
Right.
So I don't tend to be that. I have two therapists myself. I have a therapist for a couples therapist for myself and my fiance Sabrina, and then I have an individual therapist, Gary Johnson, who actually helps me with my shit, just being real.
Correct.
And you know, most people don't have one, and it's so important because, and I'm glad this topic came up, because as a Black people, we need a therapist for just being Black.
Yeah, facts.
And then we need a therapist for being male or female.
Yeah. But
like,
why do I didn't mean to cut you off, but like, why do some people look at therapy as maybe like a sign of weakness? Like, hey, my gonna tell this motherfucker my problem, man, do all this shit, man. Like, who the fuck is that? Who ain't? They got like, problems too.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Shame, pride, and ego.
Yeah.
As Black people, we don't ever want to be shamed.
Right.
Can't nobody stunt us. Can't
Right.
nobody get up in our face and tell us about us.
Yeah.
I deal with it. I deal with it. That's why I'm not talking down on nobody. I'm a part of it. I don't like to be told about myself.
Right.
You know, it's a problem.
No.
And we have to be able to really dig in to our environment and understand that, you know, you didn't place yourself here, but you got to do something about it. So there are so many things from a neurology standpoint, from a mental standpoint, that God created us with that we can't cure on our own. And you can't go to church about it. You know, you can't pray about it. You can't be just all up in I don't want to use too many intrinsic words, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
You got to do the work.
Yeah.
You have to do the work. And the work comes from therapy. There's a reason why God created therapists, and it's to help folks like us. Hell, I just told you I have two therapists, and I'm creating a mental health app.
Yeah.
You know? So I think addressing it first and foremost is important, and understanding that it's better for everyone if you understand your shit.
Yeah.
It's better for everyone. And the mom, go ahead.
It's hard, it's hard to unpack. As adults, you've grown accustomed to seeing things constantly in your environment, and then we grow up with those things, and now, as we are all at this point in our lives, it's like, okay, we have to deal with it, and it's something that has been bottled up, ever since we were young. It says the statistic was like as young as 14 years old is whenever you begin to like shut down when it comes to trauma, if you've been experiencing it,
right.
Before that age.
Rather just, bottle up and not say nothing versus just, talking to somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know why, that always just felt like, I don't want to say the better thing to do when you were young, but it just felt like maybe made the pain or something go away to smooth. I don't know, man, because I just didn't like talking to people, man, because I'm like, I don't want you all in my business. I don't really know what your intentions are with our conversation. So it's just like, I'd rather not talk to your ass, and it's really,
I'm keen on certain words that people say to me, right?
Yeah.
When I hear somebody say, I feel, my spidey senses go up very high. When people say, I know, or I think, then I'm like, all right, you're on to something. Anytime somebody says, I feel, my spidey senses spike, Famo. Because I'm sitting here thinking to you, who gives a fuck about your feelings?
Yeah.
You need to know, or you should have addressed it already. Your feelings don't really matter. What matters is what you know. Because then you can do something about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for us as Black people, more importantly, to know where we're going, know what we want, know how we're dealing with these types of traumas. I'll give you a story right now. I'm writing a montage minute right now. I write 2 a day. And I really have to dig into myself because my team has told me, and I have a team of advisors that I've recently put on my staff. I have a whole marketing team, a whole app development team, and we'll get into that a little later in terms of how to build an app. But I've recently brought on advisors. And what my advisors are telling me, and these are people that are very successful for themselves, they don't need montage. They just love the idea of it.
Yeah.
And think that I'm doing something great. My advisor told me, you're not giving enough of yourself. You're looking at montage from a hill, looking down at people, kind of saying, I'm coming to save you. Stop that. You need to be down with those people saying, I am you, which I am. I'm struggling as well. And I'll tell you right now, on OSOS, I don't have a great relationship with my brothers.
Yeah.
I got 3. My siblings, I talk to one of them consistently. And I'm going to write this in a montage minute, but I'm exposing it here first. I don't have a good relationship with my brothers, my siblings, whether it's my fault, their fault, whoever's fault. But I hope this helps someone to let them know that, it's okay. But what are you going to do to solve it? And do you want to solve it?
All right. Because I think that's the thing is like, do you want to solve it? Because, I can kind of attest to what you're saying as far as like, having issues with siblings, I have 4. I only speak to 2 consistently, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, it's times like, like you don't want it like that. You know what I mean? You reach out to them and you want to change it. But then sometimes it's like, I guess like depending on where, people feel like they are in life or what they've done or accomplished or whatever,
absolutely.
The ego, make them, will make them act in such a manner that it's just, I don't know, man, in my opinion, it's disgusting, but that's just my opinion. But, because, when when I bring kids into this world, like my thing is, you know, your brothers and your sisters, like
Those are your people.
this is who
That's
you
your
riding
unit.
with. Like, it don't right or
Those
wrong.
are
It
your
don't matter if you feel
people.
like you did something wrong, whatever. Like, this is who you ride with. It don't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, you know, coming up, like, you know, I could say, you know, some of my siblings, I don't feel like they really did that for me, and maybe they feel like I haven't did that for them. And you know,
what place what burden do you put on yourself, not them?
yeah.
What have you done wrong?
I mean, I guess it's gonna be my ego be like, I ain't do shit. Like, shit, I've been doing my
right.
But I don't know. I really have to really think deep on that, because I don't know. Because even if I felt like I did something that was wrong, or if I felt like I wronged them in any way,
You feel like they should forgive you. They should forgive you because you let them go.
That's what I feel. You know, I feel like if I reach out to you,
that's the wrong way to think about it.
Spider senses. I know that
it's going up in the air. You said feel again.
I know that if I apologize to you, or if I want to make amends with you, or if I want to communicate with you and I reach out and I do that, and I know that I'm coming from a genuine place, you're right. Ain't no feeling, man. I know that you should forgive me, or whatever anger, animosity, or, you know, malice you might have towards me, you should just let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, life is too short, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially
are you willing to do the same? Are you willing to do the same?
Oh, I've done it. I've you know, all my siblings have, you know, because me like I it's hard for me to like hold a grudge, or like hold a, you know what I mean? Like if we, you know, especially if I feel like we close or something, you know what I mean? It like if we go a long time without talking, I'm like, damn, what's up? Like you don't fuck with me no more. What's going on? Like, you know. But sometimes when you do that, and sometimes when you're secure in yourself as a person, you're secure in how you move as a human being. Like, some people, they're threatened by that. Like, they don't like it. I don't know, for whatever reason. But I mean, I just, you know, through my situations and through different I don't know the word, like different situations in life, like I've just experienced this, you know what I mean?
Past experience.
It's just how it is. I don't know why it's like that. It's like some people, like when you really like love yourself, like some people are very threatened by that. And it's like you all happy about what you doing?
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you got? You know? So it's just like, no, bro.
I mean, the belief. Go ahead. The belief, and I'm just gonna kind of switch gears a little bit here. So, if you go to your online profile on your social media, on your Instagram, you know, it says your well-being matters. You know, it's important to understand that in every aspect. So can you talk about a little bit, you know, navigating through the tech space, you know, as a Black man, what has been the most challenging thing that you've experienced while creating this app?
That's a great question, actually. Thank you for that. I've been in tech for 12 and a half years, going on 13 in November. I actually remember when the first time I was hired into McAfee, the security entity that bugs you all the time in your bottom section of your laptop or desktop. And
they ought to get us.
Yeah, for real. It's like update. So I got into IT about 12 years ago, and I didn't see many Black faces, just being real. And even today, I don't see many Black faces. But what's interesting is when I decided to do Montage, finding the tech aspect of it was the easiest part for me because I knew so many tech people. I think the difficult portion was finding the marketing arm, the current advisors that I have, and those types of things. But luckily, God has blessed me to have an amazing team. I actually chose right with everyone after the due diligence. But one thing that I didn't think about when creating an app is the peaks and valleys. What I mean by that is I could have lost a lot of money building my app, but I worked with someone, Omar Butler, who heads South Bay Coders, which is my development arm here in Los Angeles. Omar has been in IT for multiple decades, building apps. He's had 3 different occasions. One has failed, 2 have prospered, but he understands the difference between what it takes to succeed and what it takes to fail. So he steered me in the right way. He was able to tell me, in all honesty, this ain't gonna work. Don't do that. Do this. This will get us sold, but this won't get us successful.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can come up with so many different entities of your application that can be useful for other companies. But is that what you want? Or do you want to blow up on your own? So data collection was important. Aesthetics is extremely important. I use my competitors every day. Every day. I use Calm. I use Headspace. I use Talkspace every day. Because I need to make sure, and to the point that my team has told me recently, pipe back a little bit. We need to figure out how. I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with this.
That's you and your bag.
Yeah. But the main point is to understand what you do differently. Because I will take from my competition. Like, why wouldn't you? Right? It works for people. But what difference do you have? What is your secret sauce? That's what you need to figure out. What you don't need to figure out is the aesthetics of it. That matters, but you pretty much have you can go to Facebook and figure it out. But the main thing is what are you looking to accomplish with the people that you're looking to help? And the Montage difference is our community. Mm-hmm. Community. That's why I start off every Montage minute with the community for wellness. Because we are that. The difference between us and our competition is the fact that we enable people to talk to people about deep conversation. We don't shy away from that. Our competition shies away from it. Go ahead.
And please go ahead and tell our listeners where they can listen to your Montage minutes.
We're actually launching our YouTubes, and you guys already have a couple of them right now. I've already given them to you. Tomorrow we're launching. I thought it would be a great space to promote that here with you guys on OSOS. Bam, 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 bam.
Get it.
So tomorrow our YouTube will be launching with the content that you guys have been receiving as fam. I love you guys. So tomorrow we'll be launching, and we're going to be putting up a few we have a 3-prong theory. One's chill, one's connect, and one's calm. Okay. So whenever people are looking at the ability to get content from us, because ultimately we're a content-driven organization with a mental health lane. So whenever you come in, you will be able to look at the various areas that I just spoke of and get what you need. I think the connect area will be our bread and butter. Okay. We want people to come here and to express themselves. Name me an app right now, JoJo, that that you can express not necessarily negative thoughts, but thoughts that are vulnerable to you. If you had a bad day, where can you go for that? Can you go to IG for that? Can you go to Facebook for that? Do people post there? I had a bad day today. It was a shitty day. Where do you get that?
Twitter.
I mean, people
Twitter.
post their lives.
Twitter.
Maybe it's an overshare most
Like
of the time.
you know, Twitter is a pretty but it's not really used as such, but it's a pretty, nice mental health space, like to get off of your feelings.
It's like
and
an
shit.
online diary.
You know what I mean? Like you just really how you feeling at this second, boom, boom, boom.
Twitter is
not the same.
I think Twitter is
off a little bit.
That's the point, though, right?
Okay.
But that's the point, though, right?
Yeah.
Is that if I was to say Twitter to my aunt who needs to express herself, or Twitter to anybody in West LA that needs to express themselves, they wouldn't go there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't go there. They need a space. So people need a space that they can be hugged. They can get empathy. They can get sympathy. They need a place where they can really be themselves. And Montage is going to solve that. Montage is going to be the space where you can create your life. A place where there's no judgment here. And our content is going to express that as well. Go ahead.
So whenever we're talking about mental health in the workplace, you're talking about spaces wherever you can, it's a aspect of your life. So, you kind of have to deal with, things in the workplace. So can you kind of talk about where your standpoint is on mental health in the workplace, and just kind of some of the statistics that, you're talking about a deteriorating mental health amongst pretty much adults, period, from that aspect. Can you just kind of talk about how that there's a correlation between those two things?
Yes, ma'am. I did one of the montage minutes that's going to come up on our YouTube page has to do with Naomi Osaka. I recorded that this week, and she's a soldier. She's so brave for what she did. And
she got very vulnerable in front of this camera, man. That is very applaudable, because I don't know too many people that can do that. I mean, shit, I wouldn't.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. Like she really put it out there, man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so for those of you who don't know, before I guess we kind of get into it a little bit further.
Right.
Naomi Osaka, she is the Haitian Japanese tennis player. She just recently withdrew from the French Open in regards to not wanting to address the media due to some mental health concerns that she was having.
Correct.
And I felt like she's definitely doing the right thing. So I know, Sam, I'm glad that we actually have a time to talk to you about it during this time, since it just happened. So if you just want to kind of pick it up from there.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for the conversation, actually, because I think it's extremely important. Mental health in the workplace, and I sent you guys the montage video that I recently did, which is going to go up on our YouTube page. It's important. People have PTO. Everybody has PTO, paid time off. But it's important that paid time off isn't just, we need MTO, mental time off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been created, but it's going to be created in my company. I'll tell you that right now. You will have mental days for the year. You have physical and mental. If we combine them, maybe we can pitch that to some of the larger organizations. But my point is that Naomi Osaka went through this on a larger stage than what normal people go through.
In front of a large audience.
Yeah. She lost sponsors.
Bruh.
Part of the script that I was writing for the montage minute had to do with, she chose the brand Osaka over Rolex, Lacoste, as well as American Express. She chose her brand. And you got to understand who you are and where you are in order to do something like that. She's the #1 player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
or maybe number 2. It goes back and forth. But nonetheless, it has more to do with her ability to say, I'm not okay. And that's okay.
It is.
People don't relegate that enough. Like, I'm not all right.
Yeah.
You know, if I look at you two as a beautiful couple, you two are really pushing the Black agenda as well as everything. So, you know, there's going to come with some responsibility for what you're doing right now. If you need a day off and one of you two run the show, that should fucking happen. You should be able to have your moment and not have to push through. Pushing through is important, but how do I want to say this? Pushing through is okay, but getting by is not.
Right. You don't want to just exist. You want to actually live and experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
living and just hanging on is definitely not the same thing. I mean, we know that, but or existing.
And you end up suffering.
You know,
and you end up suffering.
Yeah.
So
daily.
I think it's
Well, I mean,
important.
what tips would you have for maintaining stability in the workplace when it comes to your mental health?
Great question. Meditation, first and foremost. You need to have at least 10 minutes by yourself twice a day. Period. By yourself. And your workplace folk, as well as the folks that you live with, whoever you live with, they need to respect it. Non-compromisable. 20 minutes a day. I really would say 3 times a day, but people got kids, so I get it. 2 times a day, 10 minutes. Take your ass into a corner, in a room, in some place. Even if your place is so small, you gotta leave for a second. And meditation can happen in a couple of different forms. You can do it sitting down, lying down, or standing up. It's a matter of just catching whatever your, vibe is. But you gotta get into your own thoughts. You have to. And you gotta just, meditation can happen in a million different ways. Mm-hmm. It's just mainly you getting into your own thoughts and understanding what's going on. If you don't do that, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer.
When you say get into your thoughts, Sam, you mean like what? So you just get a timer, set a 10-minute timer on your phone, and just sit there and think. Sit there and try to understand what's going on. Sit there and try to soak in everything that's going on around you in the world. Like what?
Still.
Or
you my dog. You my dog.
The timer go off. Like what are you doing?
What's the process?
That's why you my dog. The process of meditation has more to do with blocking out anything that has to do with everything. You don't think about money. You don't think about relationship. You don't think about kids. You don't think about the sports game. You don't think about the car you're driving. You literally just block everything out and say, I need this 10 minutes to get into my own head on what I want. It's kind of, what's interesting? And I'll say this on OSOS. Meditation is low-key selfish.
Why do you say?
It's selfish as hell. It's selfish as hell. And it should be selfish. You got to think about you. You got to think about you, period. Don't think about nothing else. Don't think about your kid that's running around 2 years old. Don't think about your wife that's, whatever age. You got to think about you.
Yeah.
And it's a stabilizing mechanism. Because if you're not good, you can't be good for them.
See, and I want to pose this question. Okay, so
go ahead.
What do you guys think? Do you think that the athletes should actually have to talk to the media? Do you think, because there was also a situation with Kyrie Irving, just, hey, I need to take a break. Do you feel as though they should be mandated to talk to the media because she was fined $15,000 for declining to speak to the media, and then she was asked to withdraw from the tournament?
I mean, in my opinion, it's just that's just such a thin line to cross, because it's like, you got to think about our fans too. After she's won and stuff like that, they want to hear from their favorite player, all the people that support and things like this. But then you got to think about her on the other side. You know what I mean? We don't really know what she's going through personally in life day to day. And some people don't even care about that. They like, man, you getting millions of dollars to swing that damn racket, suck that shit up, bitch. Talk, like, open your mouth. Like, I'm trying to hear what you trying to say. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. So it's such a fine line.
It's very fine. It's a very thin. I was talking to my fiance the other day about Naomi Osaka, and I had to come up with two different conversations. Dead serious. I said, I'm on Team Osaka.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Osaka. There's a line drawn. I'm on Team Osaka. I love the fact that she withdrew. I actually do. I love it. She's setting a standard. And as a Black woman, I love it. But also, there's another line. When it comes to business, and I'm an owner of a company. So I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if I was on the other side of it. I get it, but I'm Team Osaka, me personally. So right now, what I'm about to dive into has to do with hypotheticals, because I'm Team Osaka. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
And if I'm, I think Roland Garros is the name of the French Open tour. Roland Garros, something like that. If I'm Roland Garros and I'm the president of it, I'm pissed. Because my number one star left.
Yep.
And this isn't a team, it's individual.
Yes, individual sport. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't just be dipping on me like that, you know?
Yeah.
So two things can be true at once, right?
True.
So if you are someone who is looking towards expressing yourself from a mental health perspective, I commend you and I got your back. You gotta understand though, where you stand within the business that you have attributed to and their needs. Because if the business goes out of business, then you don't have a job either.
Correct.
So I think it's important for us to understand and really be pragmatic about the way we move. Mental health is important. As I stated earlier in this conversation, as Black people, we need mental health for just being Black. Just being Black. That in its own self needs therapy. Then we need help as males and females because we're associated in this culture, in this world. But you need to understand that nobody really owes you a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Nobody owes you.
I think,
business has to run.
Because that's the thing, though. That's the thing, though, Sam. Like, because some people get it caught up in that. Like, because like some people, it's like they definitely have the mental health issue, and then some athletes use it as a crutch to do weak shit.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? They use it like, on some participation thing to get that pat on the back instead of having to push through when it's tough. When times is hard and when you're grinding, you know what I mean? Like when you're in there, when like off season or something, we grinding, we working out. And we got times to make on drills and stuff like that. And my guy, he ain't really making the times on the drill. Like, we'll go as a teammate or a team member, go lift him and and try to push him to make the time, you know what I'm saying, or try to rally him to make the time. Whereas some people might be like, man, fuck that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? He on his own, man. He got to figure that shit out. If he don't want, you know what I mean. So,
do you think that stems? No, but I'm saying, do you think that stems from, you know, how people feel as though men shouldn't share their emotions, or black men shouldn't necessarily feel that way? Because how do you know if people are saying, you know, mental health is an issue, that everybody struggles with mental health, but whenever I want to speak out, people judge me.
They look at the vulnerability.
That's a Miss Monet. I think that's the question of the entire conversation. Thank you for bringing that up, ma'am. Is because we can't do it. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place, like straight up. You know, I happen to have a woman who loves my expression. During our therapy sessions, I cry frequently. I want to repeat that. And I'm a strong ass man.
Let the people know, man. It's okay, you know.
I'm a strong ass man. I tell you that right now. You think I'm a punk? All right, what's up? But I cry frequently because I think it's important to really express yourself. And she rubs my back during it, and she's here for all of it. Because a brute man, you know, it kind of leads to a non-conscious man. A non-conscious man leads to a woman that's really, if I can say this on the podcast, dry.
Man, come on.
Yeah, you get it out.
Go ahead.
Women get dry when you're just brute. But also, I think it's important for us to feel our feels. You know, as I just told you earlier, feeling is, you know, my spidey senses go up. But I think it's important in context to feel. In context. When you're talking to me, I don't want to hear about feelings.
Yeah.
I want to hear about what you know.
Yeah.
But if I'm with my woman, I need to feel.
Yeah.
I need to feel. And I think a lot of the times we take our brute sense of who we are with our boys, and in terms of being men, which I am and which you are, JoJo, back to the house. And you can't treat your woman like you treat your niggas. You can't do that. So I think it's important that we understand that we can feel our feels. Whenever Sab and I have kids, that's why I call her Sab, because it's just short for her name. When me and Sab have babies, if we're lucky enough to, you know, have a boy like I want, of course, I'm going to teach him like the way to be a man and a way to express yourself. And we've never been told that, because 80% of Black households in this country are born with single mothers. So it's really a man being taught by a woman.
And even the
not
one
that that's bad, but the point is that
go ahead. No, I mean cut you off, but like even one with 2-parent households, it's like the man in the house he's not going to show his vulnerability because he doesn't want to show a sign of weakness in front of his kids. It's like,
especially African, like me and you.
Oh yeah, African is the worst. I'm pretty sure like 100% of my African partners, cousins, family have never seen their dad cry. 100% of them. Like it's like something. I don't know if they just go secretly do it in private or something. It's just like they do not show vulnerability. And, you know, I don't know what that is about. You know, it's like you crying and stripping you of your masculinity.
I saw my dad cry when I was 13.
Yeah,
the first time. The last time I saw him cry.
Yeah. It was probably on accident. You probably
I'll never forget it. I will never forget it. I will never forget it.
Yeah.
His father passed and he cried.
See?
Straight up.
Yeah.
And he probably never saw
Straight
his
up.
dad cry. Just craziness.
Ever.
Yeah, come on. We know that.
You hide that thing.
Yeah.
So
That's so
I think it's
crazy,
important.
man.
Dog, our women don't fault us for crying, man. They really don't. They really don't fault us for crying, bruh. That's why I cry. I mean, I'm not sitting there telling you I'm just a bitch.
Yeah,
But-
because when you said that, that's what we were taught growing up. You know, like
Yeah.
you saying like, man, you cry frequently. Man, like, shut your bitch ass up all that crying, man. God damn, boy.
Yes.
Like, wipe your eyes, man. Shit, get yourself together. But that in itself is a healthy release of emotion and whatever, you know what I'm saying? But us coming up when I taught that, and it kind of brings me, you know, like, you know, to our next thing about creating a safe space for Black men and stuff like that, because it's like, man, like, you know, it's okay to cry, you know what I'm saying? Even me now saying that, it sounds kind of, because I'm, you know,
it sounds weird.
I'm from Southwest A-League, Texas, man. I'm from the SWAT, man. Niggas don't cry over there, but I mean, niggas cry. Like, I mean, it's cool. It's all right if you cry, man. You ain't no weak muck. You ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's, you know, it's definitely good to express that and say that and articulate that and you know, just put that in the atmosphere, man, because shit.
Jojo, I know you well, Kim.
Yeah.
I know you're uncomfortable saying this stuff right now.
What? You see me? I'm moving around.
You're uncomfortable. You moving
like to cry and shit. Oh man, it's crazy, bro.
You're uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
We've known each other since college, Famo.
Yeah.
We've known each other since college, fam.
Right.
We about to turn 40. I know you. I know this is not a comfortable conversation for you.
For sure.
But it's necessary and it's healthy.
It is healthy and it is definitely
you know?
And dog, I had to get to this point and it's extremely necessary just to finish the conversation in terms of Black men having these types of conversations. I think that people will embrace it, actually. Because so often they look at us as aggressors.
Mm-hmm.
So often they look at our skin as, you know, detractors. So often they look at us as, you know, they're going to get what they need. And then, you know, am I going to get what I need? And I'm speaking towards other races. But we are everything, man. Like as Black men, dog, like we are the shit, man. We are the shit.
Talk to
you
the
don't
people.
really realize how much they want to be us. Being real.
Yeah.
They want to be us.
Yeah.
Straight up. I don't think there's
it's serious.
a person on the planet. I don't think there's a person on the planet, if you were to make a Frankenstein, right? If you were to make a man just, you know, feet white, ankles Indian, you know, hips Latino, penis Black, you know what I mean? Like you would go up the board and we would make it.
Yeah.
They love us.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, seriously.
They love us.
And to the extent that they will go, to do everything they can to basically try to eliminate us is something that,
in the process of copying,
you know, is something that we also need to be making sure that we're paying attention to. But it's serious. It's, you know, I can't really think about it.
Black men are in style. And we ain't never left.
I was about to say,
never left.
Hold on, hey Sam. So
we've been around since 1900, Famo. 1800.
So look, Sam. You know, let's take it to another arena right now. Let's kind of go. You know, still kind of staying on mental health, but let's go like to the basketball realm. I don't know if you were able to catch the other day. You know, when you in LA, you know, when your Lakers got eliminated your boy Bron.
Man, no.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, your boy
no!
The
Bron
late
Bron.
show left. Watch
Yeah.
out.
So your boy Bron, he didn't want to shake hands. He exited the court rather quickly.
He did. He left.
What like okay. Because see, like Bron is he's a community guy, very positive,
Very much so.
pretty much always doing the right thing, So
He got a couple restaurants around here.
Kind of hard to find flaws with LeBron James. You can bring up his finals record if you're a real hater. It's cool, But sportsmanship, I don't know why I'm so big on that. Like, even when I go back, I go back and I look at, some of Michael Jordan's losses when he lost in the playoffs. Hey, he always shook hands.
Man.
Even if that's why it was so disgusting when Isaiah did what he did when they eliminated them finally, and Isaiah didn't want to shake hands. So it was just like
they take it hard. Some people take it hard.
But here's the thing, though. LeBron ain't want to shake hands when the camera's out there, but then snuck Devin Booker backstage to get a picture and swap jerseys.
Oh,
I was too confused about that.
Oh.
Sam, to that you say what?
I say that it's dog. I'm the wrong person to ask him, folks, because I think LeBron has earned a status of shaking hands that deserves the ability to do that in the background. Now, Devin Booker is very young. I've always loved Devin Booker, like straight up. Like I've always seen him. He dropped 70 in Boston one year, and to do that in Boston, that's crazy. So Devin Booker is a scorer. Devin Booker is a phenomenal talent, like straight up. Like people are realizing who he is now. No. Devin Booker's been around for like 5 years, straight up.
Yep.
And so
straight out of Kentucky, man.
I'm happy. I'm happy for him, and I really want the Phoenix Suns to win the championship. That's what I want to win. I'm rooting for them. I'm mad that they beat the Lakers, but it was kind of like it was like bittersweet,
Okay.
So D-Book, and I want Chris Paul to win a championship. He deserves it, man. Like Chris Paul used to be my favorite player back into the gap. You know what I mean? But what I'll say to you is LeBron not shaking hands. I think he has such a community, to use the montage word. Watch out. Within himself, so much that he ain't got to shake hands in front of the camera. All them boys know he has respect for them. Do you think women and Chris Paul being on a hold on.
He said they know. He ain't got to say it.
I swear to you, bro. If LeBron wins, he's shaking hands, bro. He gonna dab you up, man. Hey, man.
They gonna do all the
everybody season, baby. Doing all that bullshit, but now you lose. You want to go inside, man. You want to take your ball and go inside.
Kimpo. When he lost to Steph Curry, in the finals, did he not dab that man up? He did.
That was the finals. This was the first round, so he was a little.
That's what I'm saying. You see that?
He was a little soft.
His so-called partner, the godfather to his kids, Uncle LeBron. You lost, and you can't even shake Uncle Chris' hand. Like, ooh,
Uncle
that's
Cliff.
not gonna fare well in the household. I guarantee that.
Hold up, JoJo.
Okay,
put you to the side real quick. Okay,
right.
I need to talk to Miss Monet.
All right,
I need to talk to Miss Monet. All right, watch out, Miss Monet. Do you think, real talk, he didn't have a conversation with his homeboy backstage?
That he talked to them before the game?
No, I'm talking about after the game was done. Do you really think he didn't go to dinner with Chris Paul?
Wow, all the theatrics.
I know he shake his hand on that camera.
That on camera. Wow, the theatrics. Like, look.
Who cares about cameras?
They do. You telling me?
No, they don't.
You telling me that Chris Paul, he was like, all right, LeBron already told me he wasn't gonna shake my hand. I'll holler at y'all. Like, what?
Yeah, I do think that actually happened.
So then he knew that he was gonna lose. Then he knew that he was gonna lose?
No, not necessarily like that. But it can be like, hey, look, if I lose, we're gonna talk in the back. If I win, and you know what Chris Paul probably said to him is the same thing my friends say to me all the time, you petty as hell. Because I'm petty. I'm a petty individual. I try to work through it through therapy.
Petty.
Now, CP3 petty, man.
I'm in therapy.
He was doing this and dribbling the ball with like 2 minutes left. He was looking for that dub against LeBron. Are you crazy? He was looking for that, bro.
That's the highlight of his career because he'll never win a championship.
Man, if he don't, he was always going to say,
that's not fair, Miss
I was
Monet.
the one that took Bron out the first round first ever. I took him out, was me. You know?
She just said Chris Paul ain't gonna win no
live for
championship.
that.
I don't know about that. Chris Paul deserves a championship.
Right.
We're not talking about deserving.
This is like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Hey, yeah.
Y'all will make sure y'all are staying tuned into the NBA playoffs. They've actually started moving into the second rounds of some of these games. So the Nets versus Milwaukee last night. James Harden, he played about 13.2 seconds before he got injured, but the Nets ended up winning that series, so it's all good.
I mean, the game.
I mean, yeah, they won the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a pretty interesting series because I don't think James Harden is coming back. I mean, that a hammy?
I don't know if he is. A hammy?
Yeah, hammy, you ain't coming back. Not this series. Maybe next, but you for sure ain't coming back. That's
they done put a hex on James Harden.
Right.
Somebody put a hex on James Harden for real.
Man.
It explains it all because whenever he started turning
the way he did.
No, I'm thinking about even before. Like somebody must have been like, you'll never win, like they had to do something because whenever he had those 12 turnovers, he just like started turning the ball over like crazy. Like somebody just like hit the button or like stuck a pin in his little James Harden baby doll. Like it's crazy. I don't know what it is. they got
a baby doll.
They doing something to him. For real. It's crazy out here. I know we were talking about it off camera about the weekend. Yeah. So tonight for all of you boxing fans, Floyd Mayweather will be taking on Logan Paul this evening. They're down in Miami getting ready.
And the yayo.
I believe the fight should start about 9-10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, probably.
Yep. Okay.
By the time they get in the ring,
so they can give us West Coast folk some type of nutrition.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because if it was Pacific time,
are y'all watching it? Are y'all watching it tonight?
Yeah, we definitely gonna be tuned in. I need to see Floyd take out.
It's no scorecard.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
No scorecard.
Yeah. This doesn't go on anybody's record.
Nope.
I just found this out yesterday. It doesn't go on anybody's record. There's no scorecard. I'm a sports fanatic, man. So
yeah,
I definitely understand the parameters. But you know what?
And Floyd's gonna get like 100.
100 million? Yeah. $100 million.
Yeah. Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's getting 50. Man. But the thing is, though, Jake Paul wins tonight. Jake Paul wins.
I mean, he does have a fan base. He does have a fan base. It's Logan Paul, but Logan and Jake Paul,
they've built it up.
As far as the boxers, they're definitely more notable than all the boxers in boxing right now, except for a Canelo Alvarez or Manny Pacquiao. That's true. Somebody that magnitude. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it is it's a problem, man. I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. If Floyd's feet measure the hit, it's not necessarily somebody just knocks you out. Like your feet got to be set. If Floyd's feet are off one time, and he catches one, because the way he did Nate Robinson.
Oh man,
we still on that.
Yeah, Nate Robinson. I'm still hurt by that, and I hope this ain't got Nothing to do with Ray Robinson, but this has everything to do with Nate Robinson. Everything. Because Floyd knocking out his brother for Nate is a lot of gratification for us, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, you know.
Okay, so this is everyone's favorite portion of the show, Random Questions with Joe. So I would just like to kind of get it kicked off. Sam, I hope you're ready. Joe has some random questions for you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, let's do
I'm
it.
always ready, baby.
All right, Sam, I'm gonna go off the head with this one, Sam, you know, because you my guy, man, you know.
Come on with it, first, you know, we fam.
You know, my first random question is what the hell was it that made you get into tech? You know, because I mean, you know, when I knew you in college, you were like more on the, I mean, you did have the business mind, but you know, you were running different kind of organizations that I didn't really know of as tech. So what the hell was it that made you get into tech?
Man, that's a great question. What got me into tech is, do you remember my boy Jordan?
That name sound familiar. All
right, it's all good. It's all good. My boy
that
Jordan
sound familiar as hell. Yeah.
You know, tall dude. You know what I mean? His uncle, black male, he got us into tech. I mean, we used to go over for Sunday dinners at his house. And, you know, we were broke college students in North Texas. So he brought us over consistently. And he was like, you're going to interview for McAfee. And I was in finance with Fidelity Investments. I was handling 401ks and, you know, helping people with their retirement plans. And I was dope at it. I can't lie. But he was like, you're going to interview. And I was like, nah, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to get my Series 6, Series 7. You know, I'm going to do finance forever. And he was like, no, I don't think you understood me. You're going to interview. I was like, okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We went and interviewed. And I got into cold calling, getting talked to bad 100 times a day.
I know about cold calling. I definitely did that in college.
I had the cold call.
College kid.
I had the cold call. Word up. I had to cold call people 20 times a day. It would be proficient. 80 times a day, I'd be talked to bad. Yeah. So it built a understanding from my standpoint of understanding the product better and understanding how to sell it within 15 seconds. And when I did that and I got successful, man, I had 3 managers on my doorstep knocking. And they were like, yo, you can sell this. And then I just took off. That's it. Yeah. That's my IT journey, man. When I see money, when I see the ability to help people, which IT has given me, that's a win-win situation. So Montage is a birth of my IT career.
Nice. Yeah. And my second random question.
Come on with it. Come on with it. What you got for me?
Now I want to give him the silk treatment right here, man. But because I'm gonna, you know, take him just so crazy. All right. So, you know, anybody
give him some good questions now. Don't be scared.
Question. It's a good question. Just
Come
random
on,
question.
Monet at?
A random question.
You
know, and this I'm gonna just see where you was at, you know, in your childhood, right? So if you were a WWE superstar, what would your wrestling name be, and what would your finishing move be?
My goodness, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
My name would be That Man. 2 N's with 2 N's. Okay. All right. THATMANN.
Okay.
2 N's. Right. That Man. Yeah. You'd be like, who's that man?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. You feel me? You feel me? And my move would be, damn, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I might suplex your ass, but I'd look towards you on the corner and doing something having to do with lifting you up and slapping you down. It has to be aggressive. It couldn't be like a headlock.
Like a bulldog off the top rope.
No. It'd be off the top. Hey, the top rope would be wonderful, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'd take you, I'll drop you. Like, it'd be a thing. Like, they'd be woozy or whatever. And then I'd take them and I'd drop them. That's what my move would be. Because I'm a take-out person. I don't play games. You know what I'm saying? Like
he gonna get straight to it.
With me, fam. You ain't got no chance with me. And I do the same in business. You feel me? I take you out. Take you out. But yo, this has been an amazing experience. Like, real talk, being with you guys. Y'all know that Monet, I don't know if you know. I love what you guys are doing. Straight up. Let me give a little bit of monologue on. Just to show respect. I love what you guys are doing. Like, straight up. You guys are changing culture right now. Y'all might not realize it. Y'all might not realize it. Y'all might just think, oh, we doing something because we married and we yada yada yada. I don't think you understand that you're changing culture right now. Straight up. And you guys are taking it extremely serious. I was there for the live version when you were in LA at the crib. We pulled up.
Yeah.
And I love you guys for it. Because these type of platforms don't exist. So the fact that you guys are providing this knowledge, this expanded base, is going to be and lead towards your legacy, which is going to lead towards our culture. Everybody that's peeping, if you ain't peeping, if you ain't subscribed yet, you better subscribe now.
Exactly. Y'all better listen to them. Let them know. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the OSOS podcast.
Like and subscribe. Don't play games with this.
Yes.
2020 and the pandemic changed our world. So we need to understand, but I said this in 2019 to my team. 2020 to 2030 will be the mental health revolution. That was before pandemic. I knew. You guys are changing culture going forward. Continue to speak the truth. Continue to be the Black couple that people need, because we need this. And I love you guys so much, and I will always support you with anything that you need. Anything. I'm here.
And you know, we appreciate you as well. Definitely
100%.
the same for you, to continue to push the culture and continue to improve the conversation around mental health and mental wellness, because it's so important for everybody in the community to have in order to be able to function and to create, you know, better lives and futures for our families. So.
For sure. So we appreciate everything that you brought to the conversation today, Sam. We appreciate you being here, man, and everything. You know, and it's on some other shit.
Hey.
It's your boy Joe Prophet, my girl Monet Banks. I'm giving you opinions back with facts, straight like that. And we have my boy Sam Konditi in this motherfucker.
Love you guys.
He dropped gems.
Love.
He gave game. And make sure y'all subscribe to that montage. Yeah, get the app. So it's got iPhone
everything
users. I got it.
Is my Montage Fit. So MyMontageFit at Montage Fit.
At Montage Fit. You get it.
All at us.
Now get it. And we appreciate y'all, man. We catch y'all next week. Y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, follow, tag. Let's get it, man. We love y'all. Peace.